All right, green, black, food henge. We've got the cat, goose, oven, Trail of Crumbs, food package. We've got Rotting Regisaur along with Lovestruck Beast to enable the Great Henge. And then cat also nicely goes along with Lovestruck Beast to allow it to attack. And cat looping with Witch's Oven. Henge notably does not say when you cast, it says when a non-token enters play under your control. So every cat loop, you get to draw a card with the Great Henge. So it's kind of like a Midnight Reaper that doesn't hurt you to let you draw cards. Let's go ahead and dive on into some ranked with this one and see how high we can get. I believe we're Platinum 2 or 3 to start today. Okay, we bottom henge with this hand. I mean, we're not strictly a beatdown deck. It's fine dog. In fact, Trail of Crumbs and Great Henge are both cards that are very good at grinding as opposed to beating people down. Gonna do this and pass back here. Can crack this Trail of Crumbs, crack this food. Go digging for a cat. Potentially blue-green flash here. It's a nice pickup after getting this. Zack Attack! Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. As always, remember being critical in constructive and specific manners of deck lists is great and encouraged on this channel. Giving generic feedback that's not helpful or actionable will generally result in you taking a 10-minute break. What if we just, like, eat the Thrashing Brontodon here? And, like, look for a cat? Could also find, like, a Regisaur. We get 2 food out of this, so it's, like, draws 2 cards. There's definitely something to be said for, like, keeping the threat in play against them. Yeah, we could, like, cook up a Dino or a Lovestruck Beast, potentially. Wayward Swordtooth and Historic. That's a good thought. We've not paired it with Wayward Swordtooth. Maybe that's a card to try in the green-black oven deck we've been playing in Historic. Yeah, you just, like, naturally have enough lands. Then, like, with Trail of Crumbs, you frequently have something to do with all of your mana as well, which is nice. Yes, yeah, you frequently fill the board, which will make Sword Tooth just be a 5/5. It's a nice thought. If you're taking 10 here, I assume this game is pretty over. I'd be surprised if they don't have another counterspell. I mean, that's to be expected. Like, the season just rotated over, so there's going to be a lot of people playing the actual good decks again to ladder their way back up. Like, a lot of what we were playing towards the end of the season, especially, like, down in the 90%, was, like, less competitive decks for the most part. Which is why we hadn't seen Flash in a long time. I expect it to be mostly everywhere again. It's definitely a matchup where we want to try and be low to the ground. Cards like Henge are tough to resolve. Ceratops is good. Yeah, Henge is just, like, basically impossible to resolve in this matchup. It just gets stuck in our hand and we die with it there, like we did in the first game. October 93rd. Thanks for the 15 months, Jensen. Maybe I don't want Duress here. So many of their cards just, like, are creatures. I'm just going to play the removal and threats. Our goal is just, like, get things into play before they can counterspell. On the play, that's easier than on the draw. Okay, so we get Cat plus Oven going with Regisaur down. Hopefully before they get started. They don't have Quench. This should resolve on 3. And depending on how many Brazen Borrowers have, we could potentially get under them. Hey, Pekin, thanks for the 24 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Rider's a good pickup. Let's just deal with their first threat once we get our stuff deployed. Ooh. Alright, don't quench me, Daddy. Don't do it. Have a heart. Let my 7/6 resolve. Set my Dino free. Free Dino. And then, at this point, we're just, like, not casting anything until they deal with what's on board. OMG King Koopa. Welcome back for the second month. I appreciate that. Hope your 2020 is starting off well. I assume if the Simic deck is popular, if you're looking to try hard your way up the ladder, the red-black aggressive decks are probably a good natural counter to them. Decks that can get onto the board very quickly. Like a return to nature here. Could get this Brazen Bar word back to our hand to tempo us out of the card, basically. I think I just pass here. While the oven could let me deal an extra point of damage here, I don't want to have to discard my Murderous Rider. Shake my world, mama. She's gonna kill Nissa in response here. I get negated here, perhaps. It's unfortunate. And this is the downside. So, like, if I would have run the oven out, I would have the oven in play right now instead of having to discard it to Regisaur. But, like, if they don't give me a Murderous Rider target, I then have to discard my Murderous Rider. We do at least have them under the Regisaur Abyss, so, like, they have to sacrifice a creature every turn. This is a good example, I think, how we win a match like this. This is not a matchup where we're looking to grind them out. It's a matchup where we're looking to get under them and kill them before they can get going. The Abyss, for people that are newer to Magic, that's Magic jargon for making them sacrifice a creature every turn, because they basically have to throw a chump blocker in front of this. So we're in an okay spot until one of these last three cards is a Hydrate Crisis, then we're going to concede. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, it's a 10-10 coming in. Is Rider lethal? Rider's lethal, right? If they tap out for everything. It looked like they were going to play around Rider. They're up to 10. Is this lethal? No, Rider's still not lethal, right? I guess maybe. This puts them to 9. No, and then the oven kills them. Okay, yeah. So Rider, removal spell's lethal, because they didn't leave this up. It looked like they were going to make the good play for a second there. And then instead they decided to give us a chance to kill them. Swing with the Goose to assert dominance. Good call. Just had an opponent double cast Azorius Charm on their turn with Narset on the board. Peak. The first one, we've all been there. The second one, you know, fool me once. All right, now remember, that game that was incredibly close, that was the easy game. That was the game where we were on the play and we got to get under them. Now we have to try and win a game on the draw. What's our ideal start on the draw? It's like turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Rotting Regisaur is the ideal start here, I think. I guess, like, turn 3 fatty is a keep, I think. This starts attacking right away. I can't just go Goose into Lovestruck Beast, because then the Lovestruck Beast can't attack, unfortunately. Hey, Fentalos, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Happy New Year. Sure. Noxious Grasp is a pretty okay pickup. Means that they like wolf us next turn. We can kill it, not just be super far behind. Probably just go land Lovestruck Beast next turn when they pass. I'm gonna attack first. They want to flash in a blocker. I can Noxious Grasp it and then play Witch's Oven. Alright. Mystic me, daddy. If they have a Nissa next turn, they notably don't have a breeding pool yet, which means they can't Nissa and hold up a counterspell, so we'll get to Noxious Grasp per. Okay, that could potentially be good if they don't have a land sabotage. Still no breeding pool. Yep. Quench. Quench is a card that's basically always live against our deck. Alright, they don't have double green available. Let's lead on this and see what they do. That's really good for us. Oh, you know what? I should have left black open so I could cast a cat if I drew it. I think it was right to play my land out there because I wanted to play around Quench, but it feels bad to find a tapped land. Chemist's Insight's scary because it means it's going to turn around their ability to not have a gas anymore very quickly, most likely. Looking for a kitty. Kitty with Trail and Witch's Oven. We'll go a really long way. Get to draw a lot of cards here. Starts pressuring the life total a little bit. Lets us get the card advantage flowing. If they don't have a way to interact with this engine, we should be able to draw enough cards to play through all their disruption. Hey, Eld, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And King Tower, thanks for the 15. I don't think there's anything punishes me for bringing this back right away. And, like, if I find another thing that's castable this turn, I want to cast it, so... Yikes. Well, the good news is... I guess we just bottomed a bunch of removal, huh? That's the danger of bringing in non-permanent base things here. Shame none of those were Murderous Rider. The good news is if they don't have a way to interact with any of our stuff, we get to do that again next turn, so that's nice. If they have a counterspell for that, the game is probably over. Was it worth leaving Grasp up? Why? For exactly a night pack? We need this to not be a counter and these to not be counters. These are one of the secret layer sleeves. I hate Magic players. Tank, 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 best possible play. We're not, like, if these were spells, we wouldn't be in a terrible spot, but they're not, so we are. And, like, if they draw a blank, they get to turn a blank into 2 new cards here, unfortunately. The dog is not pleased. The good news is they're currently not doing anything inside of combat. We, like, block this and loop the cat twice, which gains us the 2 back that this is dealing, and they're slowly getting drained out. So, like, for the time being, we are technically ahead, even if just by the smallest of margins. If we both draw all bricks from here on out, we're gonna kill them. I'm gonna kill the cat, but I'm not gonna bring it back just yet, because if we draw a Trail of Crumbs, sacrificing the food draws me a card. So I think at this point, with the goose sitting here making food, we bring this cat back and we double block. That went right through to my end of turn. We might kill them with the cats in the oven here. The cat's in the oven and the silver spoon. Little boy blue at the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then. And you know we'll have a good time then. I think I'm actually bringing these back at end of turn, because while I could draw a Trail of Crumbs, I also just want to attack them here. Hey, Bulletproof Pope, thanks for the 34 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Wow, are they actually just on straight bricks? Sign me up. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Y'all are ready to get baked? That's so weird. I'm so used to them having a crisis at the end of all of this. We're in Platinum. The season reset yesterday. Nobody negates my spell. Nobody negates my spell. Get out of here. Urgh. Moving on up. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Counter target opponent's life total. Yep. Easy mulligan. Ah, why aren't any of these cards green mana? I like see these three and I'm like, yeah, keep. And then you look at the rest and you're like, oh man. Fine. Should have kept the 6. Should have kept the 6, chat. Something, something, low variance game, something, something. 2 tops, that's a little scary. Sick. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Feline beatdown. Let's go. Just need a Trail of Crumbs. Wow, way to murder my cat. He almost certainly fires on the other side of the table. That's a good one. That's a good one. So you'll note here that I put a stop on my upkeep. And the reason why I did that is that lets me respond to my own trigger. So in response to my Rotting Regisaur trigger, we're going to use this Murderous Rider to murder this Sphinx. Thump. Punch the crunch. Murder them! Ah! Driving in my dino, beep beep. Hope no one wrecks into me. So they need a second blocker to beat my Rotting Regisaur here. We're at a high enough life total that they can't combo us out of the game. So even if they have a red one here, they're only attacking for like 17. Yeah, you got it.
This isn't a fight you can win.
So if I sack this, they're dead, right? Meow. I don't even need this other oven. Can we pour one out for the London Mulligan, by the way? We definitely would not have played a game starting on 5 cards without the London Mulligan. London Mulligan. 2019 mostly sucked, but at least we got that. This is a trophy matchup. I don't know if I like Duress in this match. I'm not even sure if Duress is like a card that's good in this format. Am I just supposed to be playing Drill Bit? I have cats. Is this supposed to be Drill Bit? If I had Drill Bit, I'd bring it in here, I think. Is this a Great Henge matchup? I feel like it's not. I feel like I only want this in like the oven mirrors to grind card advantage. I think I'd rather have Trail of Crumbs than Great Henge. Yeah, it's like there's so many good adventure creatures right now. Yeah, once I mean Duress is good against like blue-white control, but just about everything else has a lot of creatures that you care about. Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to agree with that. The henges feel a little clunky. I don't know that Henge even really fits as a good main deck card, though. Especially with 4 of them. Like, we only have 8 cards that make Henge cheaper. Splash, Ember, Cleave, you won't. I am in fact confirmed a coward, Marty.
No, I am not.
So again, in general, working off theory crafting tends to be good. So like, what types of games do we think Henge is good in? Where do we look and say, oh yeah, this is the Henge matchup? Is it like, Henge is probably good in the oven mirrors. Is there anywhere else we can envision Henge being good? Like what's a deck that sees play in this format where we're like, yes, that's the Henge matchup? Is it even good against aggro? Like, it's really slow against aggro, right? It's good against Edgewalling Keepers? Okay, sure. It's good against more mid-rangey matchups. So we'll Swift end this, attack for 6, and then kill the fires. No, I don't think so, Gecko, because you can't resolve it in that matchup. Like, your plan against the deck full of counterspells is resolve your 9-drop. Like, if Henge is cheap against the Simic Flash deck, that means you're already winning because you have a threat in play. And that's why, like, again, thinking about it from theory perspective, like, okay, what does the game look like when this is good for me? Is the question I feel like I want to ask myself. I'm just doing this and hasting it. Sure, but like, again, be specific. What control matchups? Like blue-white control? That's kind of a thing in this format, I guess. Not really, though. It does fill a similar role to Trail of Crumbs. Is an accurate assessment, I think. And Trail of Crumbs can help you find it. I feel like at a minimum, I want less than 4. So, like, we can't play more than 4 trails. But, like, maybe it's worth, like, would we play 8 trails is a question.
Longer. Stand by and watch. Oh, I've done the hero thing
And like just resolving it isn't good enough in a lot of those matchups because you need to do more than resolve it, right? Like it has to stay in play, has to not get planar cleansinged. They're about to get Ember Cleaved? Or they have a Justice Strike? Okay, sure. Because they wanted to attack with Bone Crusher, chat. So they didn't do it during my upkeep, so they wanted to hit me for 4. Yeah, and traditional mid-range isn't very good in this format, right? Like, I actually think one of the like, from a personal enjoyment standpoint, for me at least, I think one of the big issues with this format is that, like, other than knights, like, traditional aggro and traditional mid-range, like, don't really have a place in this format.
This might be a bad idea.
We're just dead, right? I can gain 6, so I'm not dead in the air, I guess. I guess. I guess some of the edge wall decks are pretty close to mid-range. I know a lot of the edge wall decks are pretty aggressive. Like the Gruul Innkeeper decks and like the Knights Innkeeper decks, those are both aggro decks. I guess maybe they veer into more mid-range aggro. Could be semantics. Yeah, I do. I mean, it depends on how it's built, Duran. But, like, the builds that are playing, like, Swordsmiths or, like, the Knights Innkeeper deck, I definitely think that's an aggressive deck. In fact, that's one of the decks I'm considering playing for the MCQ event. Wonderful. See this, just eat a Justice Strike here. Yeah, I agree, Carrie. Yeah. Completely agree with that assessment.
I'll show restraint. Here we go.
And like, even if that's not the case, like, there's like the arms race where you get like crunched in by like people playing card. I think I just want another land here. Where people are playing cards like Casualties of War that just randomly dumpster mid-range decks too.
Let's try this.
We played an Elementals fire list at one point. I don't know if it's exactly as you're describing there. As always, everything we've played ends up on my website and my YouTube channel. Feel free to dig back through the archives. Because Goose is a way to make food and trigger the Trail of Crumbs chalky. And Goose makes a food, so Goose kind of replaces itself with Trail of Crumbs out.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
I look for a $100 donation to play formats that I don't normally play. But yeah, generally speaking, I don't really do limited. Newmont and Caleb basically stream themselves silly doing cube when it's legal, so my usual recommendation is people should just go watch them. They're good at what they do. Poker is so boring. I played a lot of cash poker during undergrad, and playing poker well involves an incredible amount of sitting around doing nothing. Which made it become rather dry. It was the reason I ended up playing more Magic than poker.
I've got it. Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Rude, Tefri.
Like it?
Poker is hours of boredom followed by moments of sheer terror. Not completely inaccurate. Not completely inaccurate. Why not sack the food to the goose? Was the goose active? Because I missed it. The reason why I didn't make the good play is because I missed it. Was the goose sick? No, I played two riders there. The goose was definitely not sick. So I played two riders. I would have denied them a card draw too. So not only did I miss drawing a card, so like that's a 2-point swing. I could have been up a card and they could have been down a card. So I made a mistake, and then they also made a mistake. Or they made a mistake, but I punted it back, so it didn't matter. It was okay, Industrious. Decks like that are just like, they're kind of low player agency, and their overall aggressive plan is just okay. Aggressively medium is kind of descriptive. Kind of apt. I'll play this with a Trail of Crumbs out and draw some extra cards here. I guess I could just Goose here too. Oh, that's good. We might actually steal this game. I haven't played a land yet this turn, right? It's actually what I was looking for. So let's use the Goose here. Perfect. Perfect. I think we're gonna go to 2 Henges in the main and get some other spells in here. Honestly, maybe a couple of Ceratops in the main are good. Just like, they're good in a lot of these matchups. They're good against Flash. They're good in this matchup. And they help make our 2 Henges that are left cheaper. Give us a little bit of an aggressive slant. We could also just play Nissa. This is a real powerful card. We could probably spend the extra mana most games that she provides. They should just be dead here, right? I guess they can have a Justice Strike to kill this Ceratops. Like, they're going down to 7, and the rest of my things are, like, hitting them for a decent amount. Hey, look, that's another point. Yeah, Ceratops could be fine. The Flash matchup felt hard, and Ceratops is a way we could probably steal that match game 1 more consistently. I like that Ceratops is good with the other henges, if we're going to leave a couple of those in. Okay, there's the Justice Strike we were expecting. They're still just dead to this third cat, though, if they have nothing else. What deck in this format gets dumpstered by Ceratops? Like, it's good against a number of things, but I feel like there isn't really anything that is just like, oh, Ceratops, I'm dead. Esper. Simic Flash does not get dumpstered by Ceratops. Simic Flash has Nightpack Ambusher to trade with it. And they also have, they have Nightpack to trade with it, and they also have, Nissa to just block it. You think I like this? I'm going to cut these and just go up to 4 Ceratops. I'm kind of into what this deck is doing. It's like an aggressively slanted food deck. I like aggro decks that kill people and draw cards. We're going to try Drill Bit over these Duress. Right? We kept saying Duress was a little bit medium. Maybe Drill Bit's good. Might be possible that I want some Fabled Passages in the deck to fix the mana. Been having a lot of, like, double basic hands with 2 of the same basics. I actually do have 20/20 vision. The glasses are to help alleviate eye strain from using the computer. They're blue light filtering glasses. I got an email from my car dealer having a sale on oil changes, and I gave an audible gasp. I'm getting old. We are probably in trouble against a Mayhem Devil Oven deck. I would assume that Jund Oven probably gives us a hard time. Maybe I want slightly more removal in my sideboard. So we'll play this other oven out. Hopefully they pull the trigger on this on one of these ovens as opposed to my Trail of Crumbs. Trail of Crumbs is definitely more important, so ideally looking to bait them. Do I prefer this over Jund in general? I have no idea, Chalky. This is a viewer-submitted deck list that we've played now. This is our 3rd match with. I do know that I've ruled Jund Oven out of the decks that I'm considering playing for the event because playing the Jund Oven deck is really long and slog, and I really just don't want to do that for 11 matches. If you do a Google search, Rocky Roland, there's a bunch of different places that make blue light filtering stuff. If you also have, if you don't already, if you have someone who is, someone who uses the computer all day, there is a blue light filter built into Windows. There's also different ones available on Linux and OS X as well that work really well. They do tint the color of your screen a little bit red or orange, but in terms of alleviating eye strain, they work great. Yeah, gunner glasses are weird. The gunner glasses are like orange-y or whatever. These actually, the blue light filtering in them, they're just like, actually just like normal glasses. If you need a prescription, you can get them with a prescription as well. I always see people recommend Flux. What does Flux do that the built-in Windows one doesn't do? Anybody sell me on that? Or is it just like one of those things that existed before the Windows one, so people still use it now? Time-based worth levels. Yeah, the Windows one does that too, I believe. If I recall correctly. Works on Windows 7. People still use Windows 7. Is the Windows one just on-off? I guess it's been a hot second since I've used Windows. I just opened the Windows one, you can set times for it. Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like Flux is one of those things that like people still just use because it was around before it was built in. Yeah, this Trail of Crumbs should let us take things over here nicely. Looking to find a land. Yeah, the Windows one offers strength as well. I feel like everybody out there who's using Flux should like take 30 seconds to look at the built-in tool. I'm looking for more lands here, but I prefer an untapped land, I think. So we're dead? Can't win the game anymore? We might be able to power through this. Oh, I should have attacked with Lovestruck first. It doesn't matter. We're gonna get to draw a lot of cards here. And when we were theory crafting, like, where is Henge good? Like, this is the place we said it's probably good, right? Different light profiles for each monitor. I guess that's useful if you don't have the same monitors across everywhere. I have a different screen in my center thing. My side panels. I have a 27 and two 24s. Just in for another oven. We definitely have a lot more cards than them. Yeah, but like, if you have Lovestruck Cat Henge, you don't really need your Lovestruck to be attacking, because you're gonna bury them by drawing infinite cards. Like, so like, I feel like pointing out that that's awkward is kind of silly. Yeah, like we get to sit here and just like draw infinite cards. Man, listening to people talk about why Flux is better makes me realize that I am not the power user I thought I was for most things. I'm just a little baby user, chat. All right, so we definitely want all of our trophies. We want Return to Nature. What do I not want here? Lovestruck Beast just gets blocked endlessly, so we probably cut him. Maybe Ceratops. Actually, this just gets chumped out too, right? If I'm cutting all of those, though, Henge is less good. Is a real concern, so I guess I leave some Lovestruck Beasts in. Ceratops gets Trample and can enable Henge, so I think that's good. I don't think I can cut down to just 4 things that make Henge playable, though. Is Goose maybe not great? Goose really sucks in the face of their Mayhem Devils. What if I just trim some Geese? That seems fine. Let's do this. Oh, let's bring in Spyglass for oven. Get out, Marty. Out! Sick. Cause it's a sneepa keepa doo 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 sneepa pa keepa pa doo 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 doo. Think we're just in for Trail. The cat oven combo is so powerful on its own, it gets it up, it doesn't need any help. That's not true. Like, the reason why this is good is because you explicitly have cards like Trail of Breadcrumb to help the combo. The combo is, in fact, explicitly good because it has help. I think an asymmetric Pithy Needle effect would be fine. Maybe. I think we'll probably find out the answer to that at some point, just because Wizards really likes making asymmetrical cards these days. You put Spyglass on ID taken, they can't take game actions, right? That's exactly how that works, I believe. So I'm going to wait till my turn to bring this back since I have Trail in my hand lined up. So we'll come back to my turn. We'll do this. We'll play Trail. And then when we bring this back, we'll get to trigger the Trail. Just looking to start amassing some lands here. If we can avoid Mayhem Devil, we should be in a good spot. Corvald, also pretty good for them. So we're going to be looking for a, I guess they don't really have anything good to sacrifice to him. Wow, they're eating lands. So we're looking for a Murderous Rider here off this Trail of Crumbs. This attack is useless. We bring the cat back. We draw a card. We block. We sack to the oven. This doesn't trample. Okay, not Murderous Rider. We'll take a land though. This means that we get 3 looks at a Murderous Rider here. Yeah, I think we're ahead at the moment, but if we don't find Murderous Rider, the Corvold can definitely run away with the game. The untapped land tier means that I get to bring this back and get some looks now, though. So I can do this now. Probably have like 2 turns to find the thing. Perfect. Nothing but net. Nothing but net, chat. Now, I will lose the Murderous Rider because they're going to use the oven to eat the Corvold, but that's fine. And they get to draw a card because they sacked him. Yeah, I agree. This matchup's often about having more mana, it feels like. So the fact that they ate one of their lands there feels good for us. Fact that we've had Trail of Crumbs both games and they've hadn't has been a big deal as well. They haven't had a good way to generate card advantage, and we have. Nah, because they sacrifice something else, they also get to draw a card. I'm not really into them drawing a card. This is a tough choice. Do I want to draw more, or do I want to just, like, play Ceratops out as a blocker? I probably want to draw more. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Lucas. It was a lot of fun for sure. How does bringing the cat back on my upkeep constitute a pseudo-scry effect? Can you explain? You know, instead of the Ceratops in the main, so I'm going to block the Murderous Rider to deny them life gain. Instead of the Ceratops in the main, I wonder if some of the Ramp Giant could be good. That's a card that would help us gain some more mana. Yeah, Trail draws us the card red, so it doesn't matter when we do it. Doing it during the upkeep doesn't have any benefit. Ramp Giant also, like, a lot of these Jund Oven decks play Ramp Giant, and, like, Ramp Giant works well with Henge as well. Yeah, some of the Black-Green Oven decks are playing it. Some of the Jund Oven decks, too, if I recall. It's like, games like this, where just, like, can spend infinite mana. I mean, I think Ceratops is kind of just like a generically good card, Marty. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, what's his name? Had Giant. Gorgowski. Canister. The Canister. So, here's a question that people in chat may or may not know the answer to, because I don't know the answer to it. Maybe Wizards doesn't know the answer either. So they decided who's in MPL and who's in Rivals for 2020, right? When do they do anything? Is there like a Rivals League at some point that we're supposed to watch or care about? Or like, cause there was like the MPL Weekly last year, right? But like the MPL Weekly doesn't exist anymore, right? I don't think the MPL Weekly exists anymore. I feel like the fact that all I do is play Magic and I don't quite understand what's going on there probably speaks volumes to the system. Right? I don't know. I don't know if I really care. Nobody knows. Find out next time. Like, we're not even going to be able to hold all of these cards, right? Like, this cat's going to come back, and it's going to draw me 3 cards. Like, what am I even doing? Are we supposed to splash a color in this deck so we have a way to end the game? We don't currently really have a good way to end the game, huh? That's quitter talk. Should we, like, I wonder if, like, a pair of Ayaras could be good in here? Similar to, like, what we were doing in the historic deck? Yeah, Devil just kills them quickly. I guess we don't really need to kill them very quickly in this mirror, though, right? Because we just, like, outgrind them. In non-mirror matches, Lovestruck Beast and Rotting Regisaur kill pretty quickly. I guess I could just slam. Maybe I just slam 2 Ceratops next turn. Is that real? I think that might be real. We just, like, double Ceratops attack. That could be a real game plan, right? I have 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Yeah, so I could double Ceratops and smash with them both next turn. Like, attack with this Lovestruck Beast too. Yeah, they have trample eventually. Oh, it just tapped way too much green for that. Well, shoot. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We're gonna figure it out. Blessed be the auto tapper, chat. Blessed be. I just clicked on the wrong option there. Whatever. I don't know. All roads are heading in the direction of Rome, chat. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm pretty sure we're in can't lose territory. Okay, maybe we can lose. I might be wrong. Maybe I was wrong. I mean, like, we had to know that was coming once we said can't lose, right? I have a trophy. It's gonna be okay. Believe it or not, in the 4,000 cards that I've drawn this game, I drew a card that beats that card. Pretty confident we're gonna beat it. The Lovestruck Beast can't attack anymore, so the real issue is I'm killing them even slower now. That's the real issue, chat. The real issue is I can't attack with these anymore. This game's gonna take a second. Are we not using Trail of Crumbs anymore? I feel like we're done using Trail of Crumbs. I guess we could draw another Lovestruck Beast, which would let us attack with these other Lovestruck Beasts. That's probably a good plan. So next turn we'll draw looking for another Lovestruck Beast. Our opponent's a real trooper, huh? I'm somehow up on... Can you believe I'm up on clock? How many more game actions have we taken than them? How am I possibly up on clock right now? Akadamal, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I should attack with the cats. Yes, probably. Alright, yeah. That was the point of no return. Got it? Up to plat 2. Alright, do we want some giants? I feel like we want some giants. Do I just want 2? Is 2 the right number? 2's probably fine. What if I fit a 3rd in here? Do I need this many Thrashing Brontodons? You don't understand, Beanstalk Giant. Do you see how much mana we were using every turn, RQR Master X, and like how many lands we're hitting? Like, being able to accelerate and then like cast this as a giant thing seems really good. It's also another thing that enables cheaper Great Henges. 47 months, that's a long time. Alright, let's try this. Why should we add wolf to our deck? What problem do you think my deck has that's solved by adding a wolf to it? Please articulate. So we're just going to use the goose to draw some cards here, hopefully hit some lands. It's like Team Wreck. So again, Sword and Shield, you didn't answer my question. My question was, what problem do I have and how is it solved by the suggestion you're making? That's different than you just telling me what the card does. So again, give me a specific in the format that said, Jeff, this seems like it might give you a hard time. And I think wolf is the answer to this giving you a hard time. Identify a problem, create a solution. Regisaur discarding Cauldron Familiar is everything I wanted to be doing that I didn't know I wanted to be doing. Quench in your Escape to the Wilds deck. Interesting. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Ty Glorious. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Neat. Neat. Alright, how about another one? Thunk. Attack you to 9. Pass. Again, like Sword and Shield, you're saying you don't understand what the deck is doing, but you're trying to make a suggestion for it? So like, step 1 to like making suggestions for decks is understand what the deck is doing. I'll never understand that. What drives Magic players to like make changes to decks they don't fully understand. It's something that, like, I often got feedback like that from people when I was playing a lot of Modern. People would be like, Jeff, Kiki Cord. People would be like, Jeff, how do you ever beat Burn with this deck? And I'd be like, you cut Courser of Crewfix from the deck, didn't you? And they'd be like, yeah, I cut Courser of Crewfix. How did you know? And I'd be like, because that's how you beat burn is with Courser of Crufix. If you didn't cut the card and if you played the matchup with the deck list I built, you would know that. Alright, seems like a match where Drill Bit's gonna be good. Did I bump a Drill Bit out of my sideboard by accident? I thought I had 3 of these. I must have cut a Drill Bit by mistake. I bumped it for Ceratops. Okay, yeah, I was like, I thought I didn't have room for a 4th one, but I didn't notice I cut the Drill Bit. Okay. Speaking of, they have Quench and stuff in their deck. Ceratops is probably good here, huh? They have counter spells. Great Henge is probably not great. Alright. I'm gonna split the Ceratops and Drill Bits 3-3 after this. And again, one thing that I really want to make clear when I ask questions like I just did to a viewer's recommendation, I'm not telling your idea is bad when I ask you those questions like that. I'm just saying, please put some thought into it, because if you want me to put thought into what you're recommending, you should put thought into what you're asking. They have Lovestruck Beast in postboard. Interesting. We played Wall of Roots in the bad modern deck we played this morning. It is, in fact, still bugged 10 years later. 4 years later. Yeah, they could be the Teamer Adventure deck. No, they're a Wilderness Reclamation deck. Their deck is all over the place. Maybe they're just like boarding Lovestruck Beast in their deck for the aggro matchups. I could see that. Wonderful to see them trade 1-for-1 here. That's real good. We get to sack the food, bring the cat back, draw a card. Oven the cat, bring it back, draw a card. Is it like Teamer cards they like? Seems sweet. Probably want Assassin's Trophy for game 3 if we lose this one. Didn't really know what they were doing. We killed them pretty quickly in the first game. Yeah, I agree, Arjun. Ceratops less impressive if they've got more threats. Found the Murderous Rider right off the bat here, though. And even if they have a counter spell for this, like I'm going to generate enough card advantage back and forth with my Pretty Kitty that we'll probably find another removal spell here. Or if we're going to see an expansion explosion into turn here. Chemist's Insight, maybe. Seems like Ambusher is kind of a non-bow with Reclamation. How's that, Sunhouse? That's not really true if you're playing at if you're playing your cards at your end step. Okay, punished. Yeah, if they have a counterspell for this Murderous Rider now, we could be in a lot of trouble. Maybe I should wait to bring the cat back to my... Yeah, I should have... I guess I wanted to spend the mana there. I don't know. It could go either way on that. So, gonna pass to my opponent's turn here. During their upkeep, I'm gonna go ahead and Swift End this. I'm doing this during their upkeep, so that way if they have a counterspell, they don't get a wolf this turn. Yeah, Nif Mincit is probably something they have. Probably Expansion Explosion as well. Definitely a matchup where I want my Assassin's trophies. They're going to draw 6 here. Yeah, agreed, Justin. Just play my threat and attack. We're dead? Probably. I don't know, they could have a bunch of lands in their hand. That attack doesn't bode well for our hero. I mean, to be fair, what they're doing is still incredibly difficult to interact with. It's just not taking extra turns, it's just actually killing us. Yeah, their adventure creature plus Nightpack Ambusher plan seems real reasonable. We are going to be dead here to Expansion Explosion still. What a nice opponent. Giving us some cards to look at when we die. So definitely want these trophies. I probably want these Return to Natures, huh? I don't need these ramp pieces. I just trim the geese. I'm just gonna trim the geese. Definitely are the beatdown here. Maybe we want Brontodons too? Yeah, that's fair. This is where the magic happens, for those that are unfamiliar. This five's pretty good. Pour one out for the London Mulligan, letting us play some Magic here today. What are we supposed to cut for Brontodon? People who want Brontodon? What are we supposed to trim, and why is that the trim? Getting this down doesn't really accomplish anything, because they have this out, so Lovestruck Beast go. If they want to gust our Beastly, that's fine. We put it on top, and then we make a 1/1 and a 5/5 next turn. Seems fine. They can, like, get in some tempo shots while we do that, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, I'm in for a cat, but we are not playing said cat while they have a Scorching Dragonfire. Heads up. Feels dead, man. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Really? That seems aggressive. If they don't draw an expansion explosion like ASAP, we are going to be in a pretty good spot. Is it just me, or have we been amazingly lucky in these past 2 games? That's how you win at Magic. It's a good system. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, did they draw a good one? Yikes. Trap of Logic. Thanks for the great Magic content, inducing me the Myth card. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for the half Fury. I appreciate you keeping me around. And again, because they have the Scorching Dragonfire heads up, I just never want to bring the cat back into play if I don't have the oven active. Mind games, time waste, you know, whatever you want to call it, really. Thanks. I appreciate you not wasting our time this time through. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a chunky monkey. Who's a chunky monkey? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm kind of into this, like, aggressively slanted Trail of Breadcrumbs deck. I feel like I kind of like what this is doing. Sucker for aggro decks that draw cards, chat. We have had Hedge plus Cat plus Oven online a couple of times. Yeah, double Scorching Fire here. Hey, fine, I'll eat my chunky monkey. I guess I could get in trouble here if they untap and draw another Scorching Dragonfire. Because, like, now they could Scorch my cat. They topped a card. Well, that doesn't bode well for our hero. They're pretty close to dead, though. Even if they expansion explosion at this point, we should be good to go, right? Because I have 2 cats and 2 ovens with the cat here. Incendium! Happy New Year, and thank you for the 3 years. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So I'm not just dead, right? They have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they have 18 mana. So they only get to do a 14 ball here. They can, however, like, draw enough cards to, like, not be dead. And, like, find some other cards that save them, perhaps. So, I mean, like, they scryed top, so I assume this is an expansion explosion here. I think they're trying to figure out... what are their outs to draw here? Is what they're trying to do. They're trying to figure out, like, how much mana do they need to leave up? What combination of cards saves them? I don't know what saves them versus Ceratops at end of turn, actually. That's probably... Now, a lot of places like that, just like Wizards Into the Frozen Sky, they have their own group of people that they're used to working with. I'm kind of into the 4 Ceratops. They felt pretty good so far with their aggressive slant. I'm going to sack this and bring it back, which lets them kill it with Scorching Dragonfire, but then they should just be dead to the 2 Ceratopses. Actually, do I even need to expose it to that? I don't, right? Yeah, they could have Night Pact plus Gust, but they didn't have it here, so... Smush. Well... Yep. Hey, thanks for the 9 months, Dabs. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. Looking for another oven. Opponent found a way out of a tight spot. Just dead here, though. Do I want... I'm not sure I even want another drill bit. Do I? I kind of like the pile of Ceratopses. I'm gonna leave it on. Let's play one more, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back with Jeskai Control. Yeah, I agree, Marty. I also like having too many reactive cards is tough. I don't know if I want another drill, but it's the least dad thing I think I've ever heard you say. Lol. So Saiyan doesn't have a black mana, but he gets to go turn 1 Goose, turn 2 find black mana. Sick. Nothing but net. Remember when you said Ceratops beats Reclamation? I don't, but I believe that you did. Maybe about the 4 CMC red sweep. I don't know what cards you're talking about. I don't keep up on the spoilers during spoiler season. Evaluating spoilers before you have a fuller picture is tough to impossible. So usually I just wait. Dealerino. Sure. A card like that, again, is impossible to evaluate because we don't know, like, how good is this sweeper? I don't know. What creatures are people playing? I don't know. What cards are legal in the format? I don't know. Part of the set's still waiting to be spoiled. This attack would be good for us because I don't have to discard a card. Yeah, they didn't have a cleave that turn, and now I have Brontodon to beat cleave, right? What's his name? What's his name was playing this card? Willie Edel? Edel was playing this one for a little bit. We do not get Giant next turn because I can't make a food with my Goose right now. So I don't have a third green. Yeah, Oathsworn is real embarrassing against Questing Beast. Its text doesn't work there. Beanstalk, worth noting that Beanstalk Giant was very good this game, huh? Sure. They were gonna have to discard it anyways. It was a free thing for them to do, chat. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this back. And then I think I'm actually going to leave them their Regisaur because it pressures their hand. So this is a free block here, and I think I'm gonna trade here. I'm gonna let this trade happen, so that way I can have the option to hold cards in my hand. And then now I can go make food, play Beanstalk Giant next turn. I can trade my Giant for the Regisaur if I want. Like I have the rest of the board in check, and I've got an oven, I've got cat oven going, I've got these geese, and I've got a castle. That felt really clean. Thrashing Brontodon's a great body. It also beats cleave. Trophy's great here. Great Henge seems not great. What do I want to get rid of? Need 2 cuts. Is it like 100% foil? It is. That's one of the reasons why it's great. Everybody knows Magic is pay to win. Goose is an okay early blocker because they have 1s. Yeah, I guess that's true. We have a lot of 1-mana spells in our deck, though. Maybe we don't need all of them. I'm gonna trim a Goose. Yeah, look at that, Marty. We got to the same spot. Where did I rank castles on the utility land scale? I actually think they're pretty close to perfect. I think they're weaker than creature lands, but I also think creature lands tend to be pretty busted, so that's fine. No 1-drop here is absurd for us. You have ended my Legion. I think I'm in for that, huh? I think I'm in for that. I guess I kind of just want ovens or a land. Yeah, I kind of just want ovens and a land. Oh, I guess that's fair. The first discard from it would be free because of this. Maybe that is reason to keep it. Although black source here to get to Rider, this is better for sure. Let them discard a card. Sure, yeah, that's a card. Hey, Walnut Juice, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. They're about to cleave me, right? All right, there's no locks. Okay, yep. It's like, think it through, nope, yep. I'm gonna do this now because they're almost out of cards, so. Is this deck good? I feel like this deck is on my list of things for the tournament after today. Like, we hit a wide range of things, and like, it felt pretty reasonable against most of them. I don't know if Great Henge main is correct, but like, in the 75 definitely seems reasonable. Like, it's got, like, the aggressive slant on Regisaur and Beast is good. Cat Oven randomly beats people. Trail of Crumbs draws a lot of cards. Yeah, at the very least, I, like, want to keep it on the list, I think. Like, I've got a while to pick, and we're going to play Standard next week. Like, Standard next week is all going to be just decks I'm considering playing. But I feel like this is going on my list of things to consider after that set today. This is actually one of the biggest things that appeals to me about this deck. I really like playing decks with good curves, and like, while the 2's kind of lacking here, the fact that this deck has so many 1-mana plays in it seems really good. Yeah, maybe for flexibility's sake, or for the, I like these in some matchups, like, just do this. This doesn't seem unreasonable. I don't hate that. Yeah, trophy's rarely bad. I mean, like, you actually draw cards too, right? And like, there's just like if I go through the list of matches where like I really want Great Henge, I feel like the list is, there's less matchups where I want it rather than more. Ceratops was also very good. I also don't really like, the Brontodon's been really good the more we play it, and maybe 3 Beanstalk Giants is too many. I didn't hate Ceratops. I like that Ceratops is aggressive too. I don't hate this. The whole deck's just like things that find stuff that way. Yeah, I don't know that Casualties is that great right now. Like, it's good in exactly the Oven Mirror, so maybe I want Casualties out of the sideboard for the Oven Mirrors. Like, this is here pretty much exclusively for that. So maybe if I'm only bringing in that card, I don't know how to spell Casualties of War finds way too many things. All right, maybe start like this for next time. Kind of like that. 4 of all the good cards. Mana base was okay. Probably want to try and play with some Fabled Passages. I don't think we activated this castle at all. It's very possible we don't need these castles. Or is that only a 14 card board? What did I do? Did I click off of something else? Oh, because I moved a Brontodon main. Massacre Girl could be okay. I like her. She could be fine. She's really good in other decks that we were playing. She doesn't have a borderless option though, so I don't know if we can really play her. It's unfortunate that she doesn't have a borderless option. She is a little bit hideous. All right, so we're gonna leave Food Henge there for next time. We've been playing this one for almost 2 hours, so I want to make sure we get through to plenty of things. I'll upload that to my stream decker here for folks that want to grab the latest iteration. We are going to take a short break while I get set up for the next deck. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while we do that. When I get back, we are going to kick the tires here on some Jeskai control. So don't go anywhere, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're enjoying your start to 2020 wherever you are.